Hi, I'm Izzie.
And I'm Max.
And we're from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and tonight we are
at the Variety Artisans Award, and we are hoping to interview people who do movie magic behind the scenes.
Let's go! Hi, I'm Izzie, and we're from the, and Max.
Yeah, I'm Max.
And we're from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and tonight we are here with
TATIANA RIEGEL.
It's nice to meet you.
You too. Pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So, in the film I, Tonya, the story moves between interviews, action shots, and a combination of the two. In the process of editing, how do you decide when to make those changes, especially when to show the interviewing scenes and then jump to the actual action scenes?
Yeah. Well, you always want to work for the story and the emotion first. So when you're deciding what to do and cutting back and forth between those things, you always want to make everything clear to the audience and enjoyable, explain to them what's happening and understand where you're going ultimately with the story and guide them there. So you don't want people to be confused, you don't want them to be bored, and you want them to be emotionally involved, always.
And could you tell us a little bit more about the process of editing and how you decide when to cut things out or when to leave things in?
Yeah. Well, the process is when they shoot the movie each day. The next day I get the dailies, I watch them all, and then I begin to assemble them how I think the scene should be, ultimately showing it to the director, and then we go through and work sort of slowly from beginning to end once I have the whole thing together and just try to decide what's important. It's very similar to writing a paper, that you have to do for school or something. You have all of this stuff and then you reread it and you're like, oh, well, this is a little boring, or I've said this already, you take it out, or maybe this paragraph should go up here. So we sometimes move scenes to the beginning of the movie or move other scenes to the end of the movie, or maybe you are redundant a little bit. You say something over and over again and you realize you don't need to say all of that, so you might lose half of a scene. And so you always want to move forward with the story and keep everybody interested and intrigued.
Yeah. And how many people are involved, and what usually is the reasoning behind your decisions?
In editing?
Yeah.
Well, there's myself, and I usually have a few assistants. Then there are visual effects people. We have some music people, music editors. We have obviously a composer. We have people who do color timing, huge visual effects crew. And so it can be just in my little core group, 2, 3 sometimes. And then the entire post-production, can be 50. Yeah.
According to the Women in Film website, women make up 22% of producers, 11.8% of writers, 7.5% of directors, and 1% of composers. How do you think this affects what viewers see on the screen?
I think it affects it a lot, actually. It's for editors. I think it's around 23 or 24%. I think the people who are making decisions about what movies get made, whether it's financing or studios or producers or whatever, if they're all the same kind of person, then the same kind of movie ends up being made. If you can have a variety of people making those decisions, for example, if you had both men and women, people want to see different kinds of movies, so it'll just give us that many more types of films to see.
And then how can we change this number, and why does this matter?
Good question. I wish I knew. I think the most important thing is talking about it and allowing people to try, giving people opportunities. A lot of times there are really, really talented people out there that really want to do a job and are capable, but they're not given the opportunity to do it and prove themselves. So it means, I think, a few people taking risks and letting people prove themselves.
Well, thank you for your time.
You bet. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good job.